Hey everybody, and welcome to this breakdown video of my AmbZone tool. I'll start this video off with why I made this in the first place. So the game I'm working on has a pretty big map, and there are a lot of things going on and lots of different areas like forests and residential urban areas that, surprise surprise, aren't always in the shape of a rectangle or a sphere. And when it comes to implementing spatial audio with Wise, if your area or whatever you want to apply ambient sound to isn't a rectangle or a sphere, then you don't really have a good solution for blocking out an area and playing out sounds into it. Your only real solution with working with a non-convex shape like this U-shaped forest is connecting a bunch of boxes to each other or trying to brush edit a box into this shape, and both these results will yield in not the best sounding audio and really annoying manual work. And this is where my tool comes in. So the tool I built is a spline based zone that you can pretty much stretch over any kind of shape and terrain in the map. And it's designed to work with non-convex shapes like this, which means that if I stand closer to the right side of the forest, I'm going to hear more of the right side. And if I stand closer to the left, I'm going to get more of the left. And this is something that really just doesn't work with heavily edited Wise objects in the map. So let's see it in action. So as an example, let's take this forest and try and block out a zone for it. All you need to do is go to modeling mode, draw spline, make sure this loops, choose the blueprint, and now we just block out the shape. Ready, set, go. So I'm not going to make this super accurate. It's just a demo, but you can see how simple it is to just add the points, go all around this forest, and yeah, make this zone. Almost done. Last point here and done. Now we have the shape of this forest outlined pretty nicely, and I'll just press regenerate volumes, which will spawn an AK spatial audio volume in the shape of this big green mesh. And here we go. Here it is. Now let's just drop in and see how it feels. I'll turn on the debug zone mode, which will let us see and hear how this works and feels. So let's press play. So you can already feel that the zone is playing from the left because we're closer to the left. And you can see that we have this very dynamic moving emitter, which is updated using these line traces hitting the zone. I'll just move on to the right. And you can both see and hear the sound moving from left to right. So we get a very nice spatial feeling in this non-convex U shape. Now let's cross into the zone, and this is going to be a pretty seamless transition. And essentially this is crossing between this custom emitter that I'm moving around and the built-in room tone event that's played by the spatial audio volume, which means that it respects other rooms as well. So if we go in here, we get a nice spatial feel that the ambience is still coming from the outside, from the door, and we can walk back out. Everything's back to normal, and out the zone, and back to relocating and computing where this emitter should be. So we heard how it sounds. Now I'll just show you a couple of properties I have in here so that make it a lot easier to work with in a lot of different scenarios. I have this enum that I can predefine for all the different zones I have on the map. If I want it to play the sounds of the city, I'll choose this. If I want it to be the residential area sounds, I'm gonna choose that. And as you can see, it makes the color change, and it also changes the event that's played in the zone. So we can both easily track it on the map, and we're gonna hear something different, which is great. Next thing is ceiling height, which for this mounting is pretty important, because you can hear the sound only if you're in the zone. So I'll set this to, let's say, 8,000, and we get a zone that's tall enough for this mountain. Same goes for this little crater here. If I want to hear the sound in the crater, I need it to surround the whole crater, even on the bottom. So I'll go to volume height offset, set it to, let's say, -2000. And we get an offset to our shape, which allows us to get sound even in here. So that's about it for the AmbZone tool. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions you'd like to ask, feel free to contact me and ask away. Thanks for watching.